Okay, Cancer. So, you know what? I tried to go live with your video, but it wasn't working. Things were kind of like all over the place from the start. I'm going to say Mercury retrograde. Here we go. Before I was getting started to like set your reading up and everything, I kept knocking over the candle that is behind me that you probably can't see, but it's right there and it's inside water. Kind of like this, right? And you know, Chariot is the Cancer, or Cancer is the Chariot card. And the Chariot card is number 7. It does talk about balance. It does talk about sudden movements. It does talk about advancing, moving forward, making a decision to go left or right, front or back. But while you are doing that, it's kind of like you're trying to keep a sense of purpose and balance while you're doing it, okay? While you're getting there, staying careful while you're getting there. Anyway, so I feel like with the Chariot, it talks about trying to stay emotionally balanced and not being knocked off of your vehicle or your horse, or not being redirected in some place that makes you feel lost, you know, like you're unaware of your surrounding energy, or you're not vibing or something like that. You could even be dealing with like a Taurus, because I kept kicking the table that the candle in the water is on. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with an Aries for sure, another Cancer, even a Pisces, right? Or an Aquarius. That's all I'm gonna say with that. But let's just go ahead and get started with these cards. I'm so sorry, it's hot, and I usually get kind of like tired and like, you know, laggy when it's hot. Don't you feel like that sometimes? Cancer season, solstice, right? Brought us in, bringing the heat, the fire, the intensity, the passion to the emotions. All right. Goodness gracious. So yeah, we're having 2 new moons in Cancer. What do you know? So you get another chance to see something again. And a card has flipped itself over, and it was already flipped over. And I'm going to show it to you. You get another chance to see something again. You get another chance to try to relate to something again. You get another chance to try to be flexible in the way that you're handling something or dealing with something again. You get to imagine something, reimagine something again. You get to change focus or bring the focus back to you again, right? This is potential. This is new concept, new idea. Just a new sense of purpose within your vibration, your mode, right? You're like, I feel like I need to clear some things out. I may even feel like I need to detach and isolate myself for a moment so that I can really utilize the time that I'm spending with myself for clarity, to gain clarity, right? I want clarity. I see clarity. I need clarity. I need clarity. Another card popped out for you, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. And that's in reverse, so that could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with, right? I'll turn it up now. And something might be making you feel a little bit uncomfortable with this Queen of Pentacles, like, or you're searching for something that, you know, is going to bring you some kind of change, right? You're trying to look for a much needed change that's going to be beneficial for you. Right? You are thinking about yourself, you are thinking about your needs, and you're thinking about how you can assert yourself and materialize those gains, right? Or those needs, you know? You're thinking about the work that you're about to put into something, definitely here, okay? And it could just have to do with the search for something, okay? Mastering your concepts and your ideas about who you are and what makes you different from other people, so you know that your needs are going to be different as well, you know? And this is kind of like, who do you think you are, right? Who do you think you are? Are you going to be what other people think that you are, or are you going to be who you know you want to be, and who you are, and who you have been this entire time? Your cards are falling out. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, there's a sense of emotional detachment here, or there's a sense of mental detachment as a consequence to something, right? And it almost is kind of like you're trying to achieve a sense of balance. I did talk about the Chariot card being number 7. Here's that 7 for you all, right? You're trying to just look for the right direction, It's almost kind of like, I don't know what the actual truth is. I don't know everything. I only know a little bit, so I can only go off of what I know. And this is also like, are you able to put feelings into words? Maybe you're not able to put feelings into words right now, if you know what I mean. Okay? So it's kind of like, maybe you just need some time to think about what you want to say, right? Because you don't even know how you feel at this point. And this is an emotional detachment with the moon being in Aquarius here. And for you, that's kind of like, whoa, what is that? Yeah. So it could be searching for the answers, okay? Searching for searching for a connection, or needing a connection, right? And it's kind of like there's a connection here. There's somewhat of a connection there, but there's a misconnection as well. Misconception as well. Misplaced identity. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at these other cards that fell out for you. The Sun, so you're dealing with the heart of the matter, the soul of something, the spirit of something, the passion of something. How passionate are you about what it is that you intend to create for yourself? How passionate are you about being who you are truthfully to you and to others around you? This is also a card of authenticity, okay, Cancer, right? So we're thinking about our own personal authenticity as well. This could even be a career, things improving there for you all, definitely. With these eclipses happening in your sign and the sign opposite you, these could be some changes that are occurring, right? That might be overwhelming. There are some periods of growth here that you are experiencing with the Sun card, right, that are very beneficial. You're able to see something. It's almost kind of like opening your eyes a little bit wider to see the bigger picture, right? And it's also talking about what you are able to do now in time, what you can do now. Because the Sun is number 19, and the 1 and the 9 together is a 10. Is a 10. And that's related to the 10th house of Capricorn, but it's also related to Jupiter. So there's an overwhelming sense of attentiveness that is going towards something that might have been intimidating or overwhelming, but now you feel like you can face it. Now you feel like you can handle it. And we are trying to stay encouraged, right? Because we want to be more optimistic about the things that we feel are going to challenge us, right? Don't go to the place of pessimism, okay? You want to go to the place of optimism, because that is going to motivate you and it's going to make you feel encouraged that you can push through those things, right? Because the Sun is ruled by Leo. It's talking about encouragement, motivation, like I said, strength, okay? And just going with the flow of something and allowing something, to kind of grow into what it's meant to grow into. Growing pains as well is what I'm getting. And you have to allow yourself these growing pains as well. Just because it's what life is about. How can you grow? How can you learn if you don't experience the things in life that challenge who you thought you were this entire time, right? No one at a certain age has fully developed into the person that they are meant to be. Okay? So you're always going to be learning things. You're always going to be challenged. That 10th house is like, whoa, you're climbing. It's harder. It don't get easier, right? Life doesn't get easier. Just like how the goat climbing the mountain, or the ibex climbing the wall doesn't get easier, But they do it anyway, because you got to do it. I think about that. And that's also a sense of stoicism here that you have, right? because it's kind of like you have to be stoic in order to kind of like deal with what life brings you, right? You got to stay optimistic, right? You got to be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna, like, that's not my choice. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Okay. Yeah, and the Empress is talking about being able to see where things, the beauty in your life, the beauty that change brings, okay? And this is also talking about, you know, cycles that occur, okay, that might make you uncomfortable, and they might bring you out of your comfort zone sometimes, but that's because it's challenging you in the ways that you are growing from what you are experiencing. Okay, there are lessons here within these situations that kind of are that are housed within in the environment that you are choosing to be a part of, right? Because you choose to be a part of your environment to some degree. Okay, you do have freedom, okay, to explore certain aspects of yourself that maybe is uncharted territory, or it's not even territory, it's just an uncharted place, you know? A little bit of beauty exploration, a little bit of change in the way you look or the way you wear your clothes, you know? You can have the same old clothes that you've been wearing and people are like, I've never seen that before. And you're like, honey, you just ain't never seen it like that, so. But, you know, this is appreciating what's different about you, you know? And bringing some quality and quantity to the idea that you are different and that it's beautiful. And there's value in that. Okay. What's behind here is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is talking about facing the truth, learning from your mistakes, okay? Being able to think before you act or before you say something. This is also, you know, not being not misjudging character. You're either misjudging character or you're not misjudging character anymore, right? So this could be you being like, wow, I didn't misjudge. I knew all along, but I kind of like didn't go with my intuition because I was kind of being logical about, you know, people being able to change. Okay, but what you have learned is that sometimes people don't change and the relationship and the dynamic might be the same. And you're learning this as you're going, and you're seeing these things and you're faced with the truth then. So then you're kind of like, wow, there's a little bit of like psychological pain and pressure that I experience because this is Libra. And it's ruled by Venus, but Saturn is exalted in Libra, and Saturn brings in, you know, pressure and strain on the joints and the bones. And when you put a lot of weight on that scale, the scale either is going to give into the weight, or, you know, it either falls over, or it gives you a very definitive answer. So this is a very definitive answer from someone who might be an air sign, or you might need some clarity from someone who might be an air sign, or even a Virgo, okay? It could have to do with job, or it could have to even do with, you know, some sort of bargaining system, right? You could be working something out with someone, okay, in some kind of way, or just taking advice from someone about, you know, work or business. That's crazy that all those cards fell out. I'm going to continue to shuffle. I think, yeah. So Aquarius is very heavy here in the reading. And it's also creating opportunities for yourself that other people are involved in, you know, because sometimes, meaning like the people that are helping you with your opportunities, Cancer, yes, the people that are, you know, very involved, okay, in changing the direction of where you are going. That's something, you know, in a positive way, okay? I'm going to do it 2 more times for Cancer. You know, it's so crazy, dude. All those cards fell out. I didn't really want to do anything to, I don't know, something. But here we are. Thank you, It's cutting, placing, stacking. At the bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups, exactly what I was talking about at the beginning. A slow, gentle approach to something meaningful, whether it be career, right? Something fulfilling to you, something that gives you that sense of merit, okay? That sense of understanding that I am getting what I need. This is a gentle warrior, right? This is the compassionate knight. This is the knight that is going to bring the opposition, wounded opposition, to a safe place and, you know, dress their wounds before bringing them into like the corporal or somebody. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But this is healing, okay? And that was, some of you might be watching like movies, like war movies, like period piece movies, things like that. And it could be very like Viking, or it could be very like, you know, mid-century, like 1940s, or it could be like even in the like the Great War, like the first one. Or you could even be watching very extreme, or like differences, like a romantic comedy, like that type of thing. So I'm getting that, you know. I could be getting like to deal with your emotions and to heal with your emotions. You are escaping by having these experiences that reflect the situation that you might be in that kind of way, whatever that is. Or the music that you might be listening to, right? Or there might be like these synchronicities that might be occurring that are like guiding you through your daily life and giving you these hints and these nudges by saying certain things to you in ways that may not mean anything to other people, but they mean it to you. Okay? For sure. And also some of you just might be feeling like you need to spend some time to yourself to kind of like get in touch with the situation that you might be in and how you feel about it, that type of thing. And this is saying that you can trust your feelings, you know. You don't have to trust all of your feelings. It's kind of like your feelings aren't positive or negative or wrong or right. You just have to understand that because they are there, it's something for you to explore, okay? And something for you to find some sort of meaning from. What do they mean? Because 1/3, this card is 1/3 Aquarius. I cut it. That's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's see if we'll get to these last 4, and this is the challenge here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the center card. Ace of Pentacles, which is an opportunity to materialize something, and it's, you know, money is your focus right now. And you're actually thinking about how you can attain something, right? It's the sense of satisfaction that comes from being able to be self-reliant in some kind of way. So self-reliance is very important right now to a lot of you, to a lot of us out there with Cancer placements. And it's kind of like, you know, the opportunity to purchase something, or to attain something, or to start a new process. So this is the beginning of something new, meaningful. It quantifies something, or it's or it's like a better quality of something. You know, the Ace of Pentacles is like, here's an improvement in some kind of way. All right, and so that challenge, yes, or that immediate influence is what we're calling it. More improvements, yes, the power of that, the power of seeing improvements happening, and you're putting some energy and passion and consideration into seeing where the levels of improvement are happening in your life, because it means something to you, you know, right? This is kind of like an authentic new point of focus, right? And it's kind of like you've been working hard, okay, and you feel very emotionally driven to do something meaningful for yourself, because it is an 8 and it's talking about the power of tact and the power of consistency, okay? That type of thing. Being a predator about that money, being a predator about that work or whatever it is. It's like really wanting to be very good at what you do and really applying yourself in a way that's going to make a difference. Let's look at the past. The Three of Cups. Okay. So this Three of Cups is related to that Empress card that popped up again. You know, she might be down here. But the Three of Cups in the past. So we're dealing with love or relationships and feelings changing and being very vulnerable emotionally perhaps, and even in the mind. You know, it's kind of like opening your mind up to other people's feelings, you know, considering how other people might feel, okay? And also thinking about how something has affected you emotionally, you know? And this could be letting your emotions get out of control in some kind of way, right? Because it's Mercury in Cancer, so you could be thinking like a Cancer. Okay, this is you, honey. You could even be dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, a Taurus, right? A Sag, Aquarius, any of the air signs, really, when you think about it. But it also is kind of like talking about how you access what's around you in order to help you cope and help you heal. What can you do? Right? This is like other people maybe being like, well, what can we do? I'm here. We are here. Right? Who can I turn to? Who can I run to? Do you remember that song? When I need love. Who sang that? Who can I run to? Is that an Escape song? Escape? Who can I run to? I think that's one. Yes. But you can run to creativity, you can run to the arts, music, you can draw, you can talk to someone that you love, that gives you meaningful conversation, that teaches you a lesson in your feelings or in your love process, right? This is also self-love too. Some people could be trying to show you ways that you could do that a little bit more. But yeah, this is also people showing their appreciation. Okay? This is in the past or the recent past. People showing up. This could even be traveling over water, or traveling, going somewhere to have an experience that's going to make you feel like you're escaping from your reality. Okay, let's look at your sun position here. In the sun position, what a progression. We have the Four of Cups, which is Moon in Cancer, and there is going to be a new moon in Cancer, which is going to be happening on like July 20th, I believe, at like 28 degrees of Cancer. And for you, that's kind of like very high up there. I did speak about a critical placement of my moon. And you know, this is a card of power. This is a card of the fear of what you might be certain about in your feelings, okay? This could be like just being, you know, challenged by the way that you feel. It could be feeling intimidated by your own emotions. It can also be feeling like there is a completion in a process that may have intimidated you, may have scared you, may have brought a little bit of fear to you, you know, and it could have had to do with like what direction you were going in or looking to go in. And maybe there has been like some series of events that has now given you that potential to see that things aren't going to be as bad as you may have imagined them to be, right? And this also is talking about the emotional impulse as well. You could be feeling lonely, emotionally isolated. And that's why this card is up here as well, talking about just kind of like trying to do things to fill that void. Because the cups are also talking about fulfillment and filling a void some kind of way. You know what I mean? But this card is also related to the King of Cups, Scorpio. So, you know, fear, mastering your emotions as well is something here too. So I feel like you're being a little bit more emotionally mature about something, right? It's like, you know, that's very complex. But that's why the King of Cups is related to the Four of Cups, because he's mastered his emotions. So he can explore and realize and settle with knowing certain things and not let it affect them emotionally in the ways that it might have before they learned the lesson that the Three of Cups was trying to teach them, us. Okay, so let's look at the moon position. Yeah, there we go. That's Seven of Swords again. Aquarius is talking about friends. Aquarius is also talking about other people's children. So in that sense, you know, what is that? That could be mature other people's children, right? That you relate to. It could be relatives. So crazy. Anyway, yeah, it could be relatives, it could be other people's children's, cousins, anything like that. But the Seven of Swords in the moon position, right? Moon in Aquarius, emotional detachment, right? And also kind of discontentment that might be happening here. Okay? So you may not be satisfied with what you are thinking about or what you're questioning or the answers that you're trying to find. You don't have all of them, you only have some of them. You're just, yeah, you know, that type of thing. And this seven is talking about maybe the direction that you're going in. There's some things that are hidden, okay? And you could be experiencing some sort of uncertainty there because there's some hidden things that you don't know, right? But it's saying that you are still moving forward, right? Whatever it is, que sera, sera. Because the sevens are talking about being victorious, right? Or reaching a point of victory, right? The sevens are also, you know, nearing completion. So if there is a conflict that is kind of like mental, right? Or maybe you might be experiencing some kind of psychological conflict that comes from some emotional origins, yes. Or something that you may have just been dealing with this entire time. It could even be a Gemini here with the Seven of Swords, because the sevens are all related to the 10th house, and the 10 of Swords is Sun and Gemini. So, you know, you could be dealing with that, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and look at these cards that's under here. The moon. Wow, there we go. That's a 9. That's related to the Hermit. It's saying that there is some realization that is happening here, definitely with this Cancer new moon, because Mercury is retrograde there. By the time we have this new moon, Mercury, excuse me, I'm a dancer, I have to do this. By the time we have this new moon, Mercury will be direct or stationary direct, right? And then we're having this second new moon there while Mercury has gone direct. Anyway, yeah, so the moon is a 9 because it's 18. So there's a sense of growth and expansion that's happening here. There's a lesson that is being fully understood in some kind of way, or part of a bigger lesson that's being fully understood. So then you're kind of like uncovering some new aspect to your journey that you were kind of, it's almost like you wanted to experience some change, right? You wanted to be a newly adapted version, okay? But it's kind of like you didn't know what destiny was uncovering for you. So now that you have a little bit of an understanding and a foundation, right, as to like where you know you're going now, then you can kind of like feel, you know, vindicated or satisfied in knowing that a part of you is still there. You know, like that candle that turned into a blaze, right, is still there. Or that blaze that's turned into a candle is still there. It's still lit. So it does talk about control, right? Is it a blaze? 9, Sagittarius, 9th house. Is it a blaze? Right? All over the place, uncontrollable, right? Virgo. Is it a blaze of emotions? Stirring of emotions, okay. Or is it calm? What's the cycle here? What have we learned? That we can apply that is going to get us different results. Don't fear the unknown. Right? Don't fear the unknown. We are opening our minds. We are expanding. We are learning new skills. We are realizing that there is a method to the madness in life, and some things are unexplainable until you understand and you know. You just have to align yourself with the flow of life, and then you will just kind of understand a little bit more. When you're flexible in your mind, okay, you can experience the beauty of change, right? This 6 is related to the Lovers, which is reciprocity, answers, solutions, guidance, the sharing of ideas, the broadening of our logic, change of perspective, friendships broadening, things changing, people going in the direction that's meant for them to go in for their own expansion. And we're initiating that, we're asserting that because it's in the Mars position. And Mars is in Aries right now. What do you know? Carnelian, living for it right now. Citrine. Garnet. Rainbow Moonstone. Okay, let's look at the Venus position, y'all. Okay. Definitely in the terms of relationships and in terms of feeling more balance and experiencing more harmony in our lives, we are feeling a little bit defensive, right? We need to take a step back so we don't clap back. We also need to just realize what we have learned that has now led us to taking these different actions or going in these different directions. Yeah? Because we are talking about that. You know? And this 9 of Wands is like almost nearing completion. Right? I feel like you've been doing a lot and you've had to push aside the emotions because you've had to brave through all of the action, because you had to kind of like be your own hero in some kind of way, Cancer. You had to really just go for it. Go for the changes. Standing up for yourself and what you believe in too. Truly, right? Because it's talking about a truth that has been revealed to you over time right? And this could be over a short period of time because it's the moon. Changing, Sagittarius. Changing, ninth house. Changing, Virgo. Moving, shifting patterns. This card just shifted. Patterns. Let's go to the last cards that are your future cards. I didn't even really need any clarification cards here. I was gonna use some. What? I knew. The Hermit, another 9. Self-discovery. But it's at a later age. So it's not like, why didn't I know this about myself? Well, you had to go through life, have some experiences, you know, relate to some things, right? Experience some change, you know, go to school, have some relationships, you know, experience some of life's displeasures, right? You had to care about something to feel, you know, passionate about it or strongly about it, or to have a foundation with that thing, you know what I mean, or whatever it was, so that things could happen, and you had to adapt to changes, and you had to be pushed and pulled and prodded, and one day it had to be a triangle, and the other day it had to be a circle. What in the world? Yeah, you did. And you learned something from that. One time you tried to be a parallelogram and you weren't really meant to be a parallelogram. It was just somebody else was like, why don't you try being a parallelogram? And you were like, this is crazy. I learned from that, and you did too. And how did it make me feel when I was trying to be a servant to everything else that was going on in my life, instead of being a servant to myself? A Virgo would tell you, invest in yourself, pay yourself first, say yourself first. Because you like to mother other people, right? Just like Virgo does. You know, in esoteric astrology, the moon rules Virgo. But in regular astrology, exoteric, the moon rules Cancer. Yes, that Hermit card is in the outcome energy moving forward. I think we like that. Learning lessons, not going back to repeating the same mistakes. That was 90s R&B. Not going back to repeat the same mistakes. I am changing. What's that song? Okay. I'm from Mississippi originally. Okay, y'all know about that mass choir. Changing. Anyway. Okay. You are changing. You are feeling this change happen. Go, Power Rangers. You better morph. Okay. You're feeling like a superhero right now. To yourself. Right? But it's like you have the angels and you have God and you have the spirit or whatever divine energy that you believe in, or whatever divine energy that you gravitate towards, okay? That you feel like embodies your vibration. Helping you along the way. Spiritual mentorship. Through the level of consciousness that you have, it's increasing because this is Sagittarius. And it's a 5 related to the Hierophant. But then it's talking about yourself because it's the 5th house of Leo. How have things affected you? how things changed in your life. There's no sweat there. It's just kind of like, you know, the brim of his head, and I'm wearing it high enough so that you can really see it posted. Okay. The fan is on. I hope you don't mind. I mean, with the AC on, it was just like too loud, and you know. But you are changing. You are growing. You are galvanizing a new sense of personal strength, vitality, and vibrance. Sense of maturity has increased. Uranus rules this card. Saturn rules this card. Saturn is talking about the understanding and the knowing of the systems that work, that govern, and lead to successful outcomes. Building things that matter, that we can appreciate in meaningful ways for a long time. But also realizing when something needs to change and knowing when something needs to change from that Uranus. King of Swords. That will be me. This is a person in your life. It could be your father, it could be your man. You know, the Knight of Cups could be somebody as well that could be influencing you emotionally, that could be trying to come towards you, or you could be trying to come towards them, right? Someone of significance, okay? That you might be experiencing some kind of conflict with. There's a sense of like, you know, I have realized something, and it has to be this. I'm defining something here. And this is a very defining moment for you. Defining moments. A defining moment. A moment that defines a sense of unclarity, but it defines that. Or just a sense of uneasiness in the mind of something. But it definitely is a point. Yes. But the King of Swords, definitely, you know, it's intellect, and it's also perception, okay? And it's a grand perspective. I can see the bigger picture. I can understand a little bit more. I know more now. But I am still learning, and I understand that. But then there is also an opportunity for me to assert my knowledge and to assert, you know, myself, my voice, relating to myself and my experience. I want to say something different, and I want it to mean something different, and I want to be seen differently now because I am different, and I have learned so much. And, you know, and when I say I mean us, we Cancers. You. So much learning here. So much. And we're still going because we haven't figured out the solution, the answer to life, to be like, yeah, I'm satisfied with life. But we don't. You're always trying to like, and it's not just about having more or being the best. It's about anyway, Cancer, I love you, and I would definitely say like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Definitely subscribe, and follow me on Instagram as well. It's Providence Tarot there, but my personal account is NYC Kendrick, like Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna pull one of these I'm gonna pull one of these Archangel Oracle cards from the Doreen Virtue Oracle deck. Is that what they're called? I guess, yeah, I'll say that, but that's not what it's called. It's the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. chunky monkey. Who is eating that ice cream? You better slow it down. But we do stand the energy. I'm okay too. Life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. I love these beautiful images. That life review. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. I don't know if I've shown this one already again or what. That's it. And you know what this is. Oh, my feather fell. Cancer, I love you all. Very much so. If you'd like to get a reading with me, email providencetarotkendrick at gmail.com. Subscribe. Oh, and if you want to get a reading with me in person and you're in New York City, I read at Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery in New York City. I just said that. The address is 230 East 14th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues, closer to 3rd. And you can find wonderful things there like this blue kyanite. Okay. Or this wonderful lepidolite. Right? This beautiful garnet bracelet. This goddess pendant with rainbow moonstone here. And I got this wrapped there by Martha Vallejo. She is, oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry. She is Crystal Half Creations on Instagram. And this is one that she wrapped for me. When I got this, I believe that the chunk from the bottom was actually a piece in the bottom of the sack. And I never tried to put it back on, but this is what this citrine looks like from her. She wrapped it very simply for me because that's kind of like what I like. Don't like a lot of business going on because I want to see the crystal. But yes, look at that lightning bolt. Okay, everyone. Oh, and mandalas. By Mandala209 on IG. Okay, beautiful, right? Tell him I sent you. Happy birthday, Cancer. I'm glad I got to do this. If you're a cardinal sign, see what house each cardinal sign is for you. I'm a cardinal sign rising, so all of my cardinal signs are like 1st, 4th. What's the other one? 7th and 10th. How did I not know that? Believer. Actually, I did. I'm rambling. Bye, Cancer.